Well, good morning, everybody. This is Chuck Bridgman with Freeance Mobile, and we're going to take 30 minutes today and show you the latest Freeance Mobile for Cityworks, how it works with Cityworks Server 2014, what it does. We're going to go through a little short, I think I got 6, 8 slides, nothing to put anybody to sleep on. Just to give you a framework of who we are and what we have, and then we're going to jump right into sharing my desktop. And we'll bring up iPhone and some mobile devices, show you how it works, what it looks like, what you can do. And also, we'll jump into the server admin. That's where you configure Freeance Mobile and you can customize it for each group. So we'll show both of those, and if we can hold our questions off till the end, we'll go ahead and take Q&A time at the end of this. So we'll go ahead and get started. And who we are, quickly, as TDC Group, we are the developers of Freeance Mobile for Cityworks. We're a mobile software company. That's what we do. We've been in business quite a while, since '88. We've been doing mobile a long time, very pioneering in the platform. We were the first people to put ESRI, ArcGIS, ArcIMS on a smartphone way back in 2005, a black and white BlackBerry. We are ESRI and Cityworks business partners. So what that means is we get all the latest releases before they come out to market. We've had Cityworks 2014 for months, developing on that. A lot of good new APIs there. And what is Freeance Mobile for Cityworks? So very quickly, it is a mobile app. It's a native app. It's not a web browser. You download it from the stores. It runs on iPhone, iPad, iMini, Android, smartphones, and tablets. We're starting to test with Microsoft Surface tablets, just in a testing phase right now. And it connects directly to your Cityworks Server 2013 or 2014. We're compatible with both. And also your ArcGIS server. So it is and does need a connected data service. This is not a disconnected application. You do need a data service, Wi-Fi, cell data. And what does it do? Why do people use Freeance Mobile? Well, to beat our chest somewhat, we are the only mobile app, and I'm not talking about bringing out a web browser with a laptop, but a native web app or mobile app that you download from the stores that does these functions. Create a work order service request or inspection out in the field. Work with tasks. Display template custom fields and universal custom fields and update them. Do branching inspection. Even access an ArcGIS map service. Grab a feature and attach an asset record to it. Attach a record to that asset. So even Cityworks mobile apps in 2014 do not do this functionality. So if you went to the Cityworks user UC and user conference in Salt Lake this May, as Brian Haslam came up on the stage and said, we're the complete, robust mobile application that has the complete functionality. And we'll go ahead and show you that in the demo. We've got a lot of groups using this. And they use it for a lot of different reasons. Inspections, work orders, service requests, code inspection, bridge inspections, a lot of water, wastewater, a lot of Parks and Rec using it. And what we wanted to do is take just 2 minutes and show you one of our many videos of our clients talking about how they use Freeance Mobile. So I'm going to jump over here and display a video. And this is actually a video that was produced by Azteca. So hopefully the sound will come through. 2 minutes, Troy, Michigan.
City of Troy is excited about the use of Freeance and Cityworks in the future. Infrastructure makes up almost 80% of the city. That's crucial to manage. Cityworks and Freeance makes it so easy to manage an infrastructure. The City of Troy has over $330 million worth of infrastructure. That's important. We have to manage that. Freeance and Cityworks offers a solution to manage that.
Every fall, we need to remove the water from the fire hydrant. The water department creates work orders for all of our fire hydrants, and a public works employee will go out and they will put down the fire hydrant, and at that time they will close out the work order, but also they use it as an opportunity to inspect the fire hydrant, and if there are any other activities that they recognize that need to be done with that fire hydrant at that time, that's great and other work order.
Cityworks was great for asset management at a desktop. Freeance took that, focused it down to what we needed to record in the field.
Our fire department is also a user of Cityworks. At first, it was a Cityworks only solution, but as we deployed Freeance, the fire department command staff found it beneficial to leverage the Freeance for Cityworks application.
Freeance Mobile for Cityworks that I use on my iPad helps me out quite a bit in my daily job. We had a lot of issues with people saying, I've written it up 10 times, but we had no record of ever getting that work order. Now that I've got the Freeance on my iPad, I can take the iPad out to the station, out to the buildings, and have the work order right in front of me, make comments, close it out if needed, or forward it on to those people that need to get the work order as well. So it's made it a much more efficient way of using Cityworks.
From an IT perspective and from an administration point of view, the relationship between Freeance and Cityworks was critical to us to bring Freeance in as a mobile solution within the city of Troy.
Freeance Mobile for Cityworks is a key piece of our strategy to mobilize our workforce to provide better service to our citizens.
All right, so, and one thing I failed to mention that they did mention in the video is Freeance Mobile is customizable. Not only have you got this mobile app that has the complete functionality of Cityworks on your mobile devices, but you have the ability to easily modify it, remove fields, add fields, searches, put a different map in there, relabel Cityworks field aliases, and we'll show you some of that. It's just all about making this easier for the end user. What are Cityworks requirements, or Freeance Mobile for Cityworks requirements? Well, we used Cityworks Server 2013 or 2014, and you need the work order / web APIs. We also work with ArcGIS Server 10.0, 1, and 2. I don't think Cityworks works with 10.2 yet, but we do. iOS and Android, the latest versions. Okay, so on to the demo. I think what everybody's come to see. So we'll go ahead and demonstrate this. I've got an iPhone, and we'll go ahead and share my desktop. And I'm just using an iPhone. Of course, we work on a tablet, 10-inch tablet, 7-inch tablet, Android tablet, iPad. I'm using a phone, though, because my screen's a little smaller and it just works a little better, displays a little better. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to display here over on the right. Let me move it over to the center a little. My iPad. This is a live iPad. I should say iPhone. We're going to display here. This isn't recorded or anything like that. So let me show you one thing first. as I mentioned a couple times, this is a mobile device. So you can go into any store, the Android Google Play Store, or the Apple Play Store where I am, or the Apple App Store, and grab Freeance Mobile. On the app side, it's no cost, and you can actually play around with our sample data. While I'm here, you can see we've had a ton of releases. We release about every 45, 30 days. All these requests come from our clients. So when we pick up new clients, they usually have stuff that we throw in there very quickly. So very dynamic, and a lot of resources on this app, so you can see a lot of versions. But let's go ahead and open it up and see what it looks like. So once we download it, we've got an app here. I'll go ahead and hit it. And let me back up just a little. So one of the first things we have here is an option screen where we log in. And this would log into your server. Instead of demo 3 up there, we'd show that that would be your server for your Freeance Mobile Cityworks. And if we hit the configuration, you can see that we've got different profiles. Well, these are for different users, whether it's sanitary, hydrant flushing crew, code inspection crew, graffiti crew, whatever you want. You can create different profiles that have a different configuration, look and feel, for different user groups. So now I've clicked on my water utility. I'm going to use Montgomery County Water Services. They're our water supplier here in Dayton. They're a user of Freeance Mobile for Cityworks. I'm just going to type in my standard Cityworks logger, username and login. And once I do, I've hit the live Cityworks server. I can go into work orders, I can go into service requests, I can see my inbox, I can see my searches. These are all my saved searches for me, for my profile. My templates come through. Everything in Cityworks flows through Freeance Mobile because we're using the API. So all your setup, all your storerooms, your crews, labor, employees, everything comes right through. So I did a little search. I can plot that if I want, so I can see a pin map. Where are these feature services or these features? I can zoom in on them. Now, this is a live ArcGIS map. This is whatever I'm publishing in ArcGIS Server, I can display in Freeance Mobile. So this is my live ArcGIS map service. Let me zoom to my GPS location here. So I just hit the bullseye down on the bottom, and this is just like Google Maps. As I drive down the street, this is going to follow me. So this is my live ArcGIS map service I'm looking at. I've got some water and wastewater showing here. This is actually right out front of my office here. I'm going to click on that fire hydrant right in the middle. So there it is. I can identify. Now this is your GIS data. This is your GIS attribute data. We can have hyperlinks in here. Freeance Mobile will even let you optionally, you don't have to, set up editing for the GIS. I could edit attributes. We got more than a few groups would go in here and change the condition of this attribute. But I want to come in on the bottom right, attach a work order. So right there, Freeance hit the Cityworks server and brought in all my templates. I'll grab a hydrant. I'll grab a template for that. These are all my templates. I'll assign it. Let me search for my dams. Give it a projected start date. Now, if this would have been a service request or a work order off a service request, I would have gotten all my caller information here. There's my asset. I've got custom fields, template, and universal custom fields. Let's go in here and grab a photo of this fire hydrant. It's right outside my office. I'm going to click, use that photo. I can take as many photos as I want. But I'll go ahead and save this. And that created a work order right on the server. Somebody's back in the office, they see that work order. I can create a child work order off that. Or I can come in here and add a task. Now, if tasks were already put into my template, they would have come right in. So all my standard Cityworks fields for that task come in. Of course, we need to do labor, equipment, material. Storerooms come through, and your storeroom comes through. Permissions are kept. This may be an estimate. Say I'm looking for a valve. I'll assign it to an asset. So your standard Cityworks flow is all right in here on an easy-to-use mobile app. So we'll go ahead and save that. Now that's estimated. If somebody, the next person comes in there, they can change that to actual with a transfer. Same for labor. Same for material. I can close that work order if I wanted to. Let's hit close. It's not letting me close. This is Cityworks Server telling me, hey, you can't do that. You're trying to break the workflow here. So this application is not going to let me get away with something that Cityworks won't let me do. So let's go into the actual finish. Let's update this and go into the actual finish and add a date. Maybe we'll add a time to it also. Now let's go ahead and close that work order. Sure you want to close it? Yes. So we can do geocoding, we can search on addresses, we can search on parcels, all that GIS stuff in my map application. So this is just going to a geocode. This is just my geocode index in my ArcGIS server. So it's just going to zoom to that location. Inspections are all there. So I want to create an inspection. Let's do, seems like a lot of people now are doing inspections with Freeance Mobile with sanitary manholes. Address, I can geocode, I can get that automatically from the GIS. I can auto-populate that from the GIS. So I'll have to type it in, just grab my closest address. And here I go into my inspection. We do branching inspections. the only group that does branching inspections, along with the linear inspection that we have here. Default pull-downs like comments will also come into the application. If I go into that work order, let me go into that last work order I was in. Comments. So your comments that are preset in Cityworks will come in. Go ahead and save that. Now, I talked a little bit about, we've got the full map, we've got work order, service request, inspections here. We can also come into this and say, well, we want to modify it. So one of the things I wanted to show you was, let's come into the server-side application. And this is the server-side application. This is where I come into my application, and I'll come in and say, well, I want to create a profile for the sanitary crew. So we'll copy wastewater. We'll copy the configuration from the water that I was using. We'll come in here and we'll put everything else in here. But in the work orders, let's say that we want to remove this geocode here. And we want to come in here and say, for this group, we want to hide the zip code layer. And we'll also want to hide, we don't want these people going into labor for some reason. And tasks and materials. So we'll hide those. We'll go ahead and apply it. And I can go that, there's a lot of configuration. I can come in here, I can add searches, I can modify layers. So this is how the map looks to different user groups. Maybe I want to add another selection to the wastewater group. Put laterals in there. How is that lateral going to look and work? We want to display it by the legacy ID. We want to put a big red pointed star there when they select it. Use domain values, so instead of seeing 1, 2, 3, I'll see good, bad, great. So a lot of ability to get this working exactly how I want it to look for the end users. When I view the attributes to that, let's remove the object ID. I don't even want people to show them that. And creation, user, let's modify maybe some of these fields. And this isn't a text field, it's going to be a date field so it displays correctly. So I can really get this functioning correctly for my end user. Now, what's nice on the mobile app, let's go ahead and go back to the mobile app now. Is we can go into this new configuration. We'll see the changes that I just made. So let's go out, let's go back, and we need to resave it. And once I do, I'll log back in. Oh, let me go back to my correct configuration there. Options, load, and I don't want to go to water. I want my new configuration. There it is, wastewater, WW. We'll save that. We'll log back in using my Cityworks login. We'll go to a work order. We'll create a work order. Just go ahead and save it quickly. And we'll notice now that I don't have tasks in here. They're not showing up. I don't have labor either. I remove those. So really quick and easy to modify this and get it working correctly for the end users you need. We turn on the wastewater here, we'll probably be able to select that feature that we wanted. I'll show you this also. We can also come in here and let me turn on my base map. Now if I had aerial photos, they would show up in here. I could turn them on. We can also come in here and grab the pencil on the lower right and just create a service request by location. Just pointing a green dot on the map here. There might be a pothole over here, broken catch basin. And then I'll jump right into my service request. So there's my location. Maybe I want to grab that from my high accuracy GPS. So that's kind of the demo we wanted to go through. And we'll see if we can open the mic to any questions we have.
This is Cindy Galindo with Old North Utility Services. Thanks for putting this on for us. I wanted to ask if there is the ability to see this on YouTube for the people here that weren't able to make the demonstration today.
Yeah, we're recording this and we will post it on YouTube. We'll send everybody that attended, we got more than a couple, a link to the YouTube. It takes about 24 hours, so it won't be till next Monday till it's published. It takes a while for WebEx to publish.
Okay, and then one more question, if you don't mind, and that is, if we have a manhole that we end up replacing or raising, how would that translate into GIS as far as updating that?
Okay, so what I think what you're asking is what I mentioned, that Freeance Mobile even lets you optionally modify the GIS data. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we always have been, we've been pioneers in this, we work directly with the REST calls on the ArcGIS map and feature service of ArcGIS Server, of your data. So I can go in there and change attributes, I can move a map feature, I can delete a map feature, I can create a new map feature, but it goes directly into your SDE geodatabase. Now, it scares the heck out of a lot of GIS people. Maybe they hang up and right now and run away. But groups, what they'll do is they'll create what Houston calls it is a redlining field node layer in the SDE that they let people modify stuff on with Freeance Mobile. So they're not actually in the production layer messing things up, but they're on a field node construction layer for the manholes, modifying stuff, and then the production team sees that and decides whether or not they want to believe that guy in the field.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. If anyone else has any other comments, I think, let's see, I got a chat. Are you going to show the new features in the next version? This is from one of our clients. And, yeah, Lee, some of the things I showed in there were new. Plotting a feature map, a push-pin map, that's something that people have been asking for a long time is, I want to get a search like those manhole rehabs, and then I showed them on the map. So I showed the 4 push pins of where they are. So now when you select a feature or you let me see where the work is around me or let me see the search list on the map, we put in those push pins now so you can tell where and what this is. Another thing we did is we just put in the geocoding, the street address geocoding, so now you can zoom to a street address. So those are a couple of the new things we have, and if any of our clients are watching, we'll go ahead and push out, I think, early next week, a full feature list of what's new. And we'll also, as we do, we'll create a video of how to work with those new features in the admin and get them out to your end users. Okay, so Katrina asked, can you demo PLL functions such as code enforcement? I cannot. PLL is in production, so that's coming out later this year. That is something we got APIs for 2014, and some of those weren't done till recently, so that's a little bit down the road. If you heard me talking about some groups like Omaha are using this for code enforcement, they're actually using, I think, work orders and inspections for code enforcement. But PLL is coming down the road, and you're going to need 2014 for that. Cityworks released all the PLL's APIs in 2014. Other than that, you can use all our application functionality in 2013 or 2014. So once again, if anybody else has any other questions on the application, I'll bring up one of the things we just released too. I got a note here passed in front of me. We just had a new pricing structure release. We have always been perpetual license with a big purchase price up front and then lower maintenance fees every year after that. We just came out with annual use pricing that you pay a annual use fee each year, and it's renewable, and you can opt out at any time. And that even starts at very low. We did this where we got a lot of new groups picking this up that are very small. And it's only 5 users for $1,500 a year, and that's full functionality. So you name 5 Cityworks users, and they can go out with Freeance Mobile on Androids, iPads, or iPhones, or tablets for $1,500 a year. And it sounds like we may not have any other questions. I'll hang in here a little bit, but I appreciate everybody attending, and we will send out the recorded webinar Monday of this if you want to pass it to other people. I'll leave this also if you go to freeance.com and you go to the Cityworks pages, sign up for an eval. It takes 60 minutes to install Freeance Mobile. This isn't a big project. It's very easy, very quick to do. Takes 60 minutes to install our server-side application, and you could be walking around with the eval fully functional and looking at your maps and your work order service request inspections. I'll go ahead and hang in here for a couple more minutes. And appreciate everybody attending, and have a great weekend if there's nothing else.
Thank you.